See, okay. Uh, Hi, uh, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ganesh Regmi, a doctoral student at SES. Today, I will be presenting a work about the advancement of my PhD thesis entitled Synthesis and Characterization of CIGSE-based thin film solar cell by evaporation process. And the goal of this thesis work is to fabricate the device-grade chalcopyrite compound semiconductor for photovoltaics by adopting a novel deposition technique which goes to the novelty of the work. Moreover, this work is intended to give some scientific contribution in the field of photovoltaics, and this idea can be taken as viable consideration to the achieved results from our laboratory. These are the general objectives of the work. To be specific, understanding the material properties, growth of CIGC observer layer, and performance of solar cell by the effect of selenization condition. Before starting the main results of this advanced work, I would like to demonstrate the outlook of presented work in the last pre-doctoral exam. It was reported that the already optimized intrinsic zinc oxide barrier layer, which was published in a peer-reviewed journal, the work on CDS buffer layer has published recently in a journal of material science. The work on CIGSE has also published as a conference paper. Here you can find the overviews of today's presentation. Let me start the talk from the solar energy facts. As you all know that photovoltaics is one of the most practical and convenient ways of generating electricity because of availability of infinite solar power on most part of the earth, and the extent of interest can be assessed from the fact that PV panel with total electricity generation capacity of 627 have been installed by the end of 2019, and it has been forecast that the installation only in 2020 will be 142 gigawatt. The most motivating part of solar energy is safer, environmentally friendly, and has potential to solve the problem of energy crisis. Concerning the role of Mexico in photovoltaics, solar energy has established itself as one of the renewable energy by its large presence. And this photograph is showing an example of solar plant installed at Sinvestav in one of the lab of MREV group, leading by Dr. Velumani for water treatment and hybrid system for energy harvesting, having a capacity of 5 kilowatt. Among the different photovoltaic technologies, our interest goes to second generation or thin film, focusing to thin film solar cell technologies. There are some genetic advantages compared to market dominated wafer based solar technologies, like minimum utilization of material, shorter energy payback time, tunable material properties, monolithic integration, low temperature process, and broad area modules. To be specific, CIGC-based compound is a promising photovoltaic material because of variable indirect band gap, high absorption coefficient, stable phase formation in the case of deviation from the stoichiometry and radiation stability. This is the working principle of solar cells. In the experimental section, molybdenum is back electrode with a thickness of 0.5 micrometer was deposited on 2.5 square centimeter rhodolite glass substrate by means of DC magnetron sputtering using a bilayer approach. Later, copper indium metallic precursor layer was deposited on molybdenum coated rhodolite glass substrate using the multi-stack sequential technique at 200 degrees Celsius of intentional substrate temperature. The reaction chamber base pressure was maintained at 10 to the power minus 6 torr before carrying out the deposition. And the rotation speed of the substrate holder was set to 6 revolution per minute to attain lateral uniformity in the film. The prepared copper indium metallic precursor layer was selenized with selenium vapor for 60 minutes and temperature 450 to 550 with a ramping step. In the first stage, the copper indium metallic precursor layer was heated to 300 degrees Celsius at the rate of 10 degrees Celsius per minute and held at this temperature for 25 minutes to facilitate better rolling with selenium within the selenization chamber at 1 torr. In the second stage, the temperature was increased to 450 to 550 for 60 minutes and subsequently cooled to room temperature naturally. Afterward, etching 1 molar ammonium hydroxide with 5 atomic percent potassium hydroxide for 30 seconds of observer layer was done before depositing 60 nanometer thick cadmium sulfide buffer layer by chemical bath deposition technique. Additionally, 50 nanometer intrinsic zinc oxide and 120 nanometer thick transparent conducting oxide layer were deposited using radiofrequency sputtering, and finally 60 nanometer thick nickel and 1 micrometer thick aluminum grid was deposited by electron beam evaporation. The area of all individual cells was around 0.6 square centimeter obtained from mechanically scribing before testing the performance. The work was concentrated not only to the small scale, that is 2.5 square centimeter area, but also efforts were made to fabricate the completed device on a large scale production, that is 10 by 10, 100 square centimeter. That is why I have mentioned as some results on optimized CDS layer on 10 by 10 square centimeter substrate. The characterization was done considering three different points from the deposited samples, and the results was satisfactorily good. It's like in a small area. The XRD pattern revealed the similar results for small scale production with the preferential orientation along 002 reflection plane having a Wurtzite hexagonal crystal structure. The intensity of highest peak was almost same to all the point position that signifies the equal crystallinity and oil distribution of materials over the substrate during nucleation and growth. Raman spectra of CDS film in its two peaks corresponding to the fundamental and overtone longitudinal optical phonon modes were identified. For the morphology, the distribution of grains was uniform with granular in nature, confirming the homogeneity of the CDS. The average grain size was found around 47 nanometers. The average transmittance was found to be around 65%, exhibited a good transparent film applicable for a buffer layer in solar cell application with an average band gap of 2.35 electron volt. To be the point of result and discussion, the work was more focused on growth of copper indium diselenide observer layer and fabrication of complete device. This is a photograph of our thin film lab at pilot plant where deposition of grade layers was conducted via physical vapor deposition system, and the entire work was done in our own lab starting from very basis, and this is direct current sputtering for molybdenum. This is co-evaporation, that is co-evaporator, and this is radio frequency sputtering. These are the list of characterization carried out during the optimization, and it includes from basic to advanced. From the structural characterization, excited pattern of CISC thin film selenizes different temperature for 60 minutes, conforming the polycrystalline in nature with a dominant peak corresponding to 112, that is the preferential reflection plane. The full width at half maximum of the preferential orientation 112 decreased with increasing salination temperature, indicating high crystal quality and good spatial compositional uniformity. The desired alpha phase of CISC has chalcopyrite crystal structure, and it exists in a very narrow range of the copper content. That means 22 to 24.5%. On the copper rich side, alpha CISC phase exists with copper selenide phase. On the copper poor side, the CISC exists with beta or order different compound phase. The sample selenized above 500 degrees Celsius forms an ohmic contact with CISC via the formation of the intermediate molybdenum selenide layer. The presence of this intermediate layer provides a low resistant contact for holes, thereby reducing the recombination rate of electrons. Optimum thickness of MoSe2 is also necessary, as thick layer can induce an excessive high series resistance in the device. The characteristics superlattice reflection and the doublet splitting confirms the formation of cationic or chalcopyrite phase, and it was also observed that the C by A value was nearly equal to 2 with the positive as well as negative values of distortion that confirms the compressive or the distortive nature of the film. Uh, the largering factor also calculated for 112, that is preferential plane, confirming the its preferential orientation in all the samples, and the rise in the value of such largering value at higher temperature is possibly due to the increase in the concentration of the sodium. Another structural analysis was performed by Raman spectroscopy, and all the film showed an intense A1 mode peak at around 171 to 173 per centimeter, which is well-known characteristic of um, CISC chalcopyrite compound semiconductor results from the vibration of the selenium with copper and indium atoms, and the intensity and the narrowness of strongest mode A1 mode peak that clearly determines the crystallinity and degree of formation of films. The fluid they have maximum values that are decreased for A1 mode peaks, which shows a drastic improvement of crystallinity as the salinization temperature increases. This indicates that the crystallinity of the film is greatly enhanced as the salinization temperature increases, which is consistent with the FWHM values of the XRD. Besides the A1 strongest mode, the CISC sample demonstrated the broad peak around 210 and 228 uh, per centimeter, corresponding to B2E mode, which are polar Raman active modes, having the transverse optical and longitudinal optical modes. The spectra in the Raman spectroscopy of such selenized film at lower temperature, that means 450 and 475, showed a peak around 152 per centimeter, that is assigned due to the copper pore uh, vacancy compound phase owing to insufficient recrystallization temperature. These are the results of surface morphology, distinct evidence of salination temperature on the morphology of the film can be observed. Same image clearly reveal the effect of recrystallization temperature on the formation kinetics of films. The film salinized at 450 and 475 reveal that sparsely distributed irregular melted grains around 0.4 micrometer were formed because of insufficient salinization temperature for the interdiffusion of all elements. And the morphology became improved for the film salinized at 500 degrees Celsius in comparison to the lower process temperature due to increased collisions during the reconstruction of the film. However, the grain size distributed seemed to be mixed, comprised of polygonal and the bladed shaped. The formation of the intergrain voids can be seen in the morphology of the film, salinized at 500 degrees Celsius. significant improvement with the enlargement of the grain size around 1 micrometer uh, of the morphology that can be seen to the film selenized at 5.25 and 550 degrees Celsius. Morphology of the film became sweeted rough and flat with compactly arranged oil-fested grains. As the salination temperature increased from 450 to 550, the average grain size increased from 0.4 to 1.1 micrometer. Such increase of the grain size and decrease of grain boundaries can lead to the decline in the recombination of charge carriers and enhancement in the minority carriers diffusion length, which will improve the performance of the solar cell. The reduction of recombination center in the observer film through the recrystallization process is one of the principal characteristics that promote the solar cell to yield the high conversion efficiency. So it is important to note that higher recrystallization temperature greater than or equal to 525 degrees Celsius up to 550, that evidently leads to the complete recrystallization of the film, improvement of the film's microstructure with the formation of uniform and the densely packed festooned grains. So the enlargement of the grains for the higher process temperature could be the reason for more copper content on the surface. The chemical composition of CISC samples were analyzed by ETS coupled with SEM, and the film salinized at um, uh, 450 and 475 sold copper pore content due to segregation of the elements owing to incomplete intermixing of elements during salinization, and the composition reached to nominal scale while increasing the temperature to 550 degrees Celsius, applicable for high efficiency solar cells. Uh, mm, a native defect plays a contributory role for getting a good quality of the film. That is why elemental composition of each materials is pivotal. For example, a specific defect cluster, that is 2 vacancy with indium and copper antisite, has a low formation energy and is responsible in the formation of ODC or OBC phases. That is why we are always wanting overall copper pore composition. Moreover, copper vacancy defect acts as a shallow acceptor, and this defect pair has also low formation energy and is responsible for the p-type self doping. On the other hand, selenium vacancies and indium and copper antisite defects act as compensating donors and diminish the p-type conductivity of observer material. And the conductivity takes place when copper to indium ratio exceeds to 1.1, that means from p-type to n-type. For the topographical information, we took AFM images and the film salinized at 450 to 500 degree had a root mean square roughness greater than 100 nanometer, but this value decreased to 72 nanometer with the increase of salinization temperature to 550, indicating the more flatness of the film. According to the literature in the semiconductor, the rougher surface has higher resistivity value because of intersheet electron scattering at the Fermi surface. The variation in topography with the salination condition is a typical characteristic of inhomogeneity in the elemental distribution of the sample surface due to segregation, especially indium at the surface defect states. Indium would like to segregate more as their surface diffusion rate is higher than other chemical compounds. Its smooth surface might account for the increase in the open circuit voltage of the device, and the parameters such as skewness and kurtosis give the measurement of the symmetry and the sharpness respectively. So in the electrical properties, carrier concentration, resistivity and hole mobility of the film that plays a important role in understanding the performance of the device. The carrier concentration affects the recombination rate, and it is also determine the properties of the space chargation at the heterojunction interface, that is CISC and CDS. Hall effect measurement proved the p-type conductivity of the observer layer. The samples salinized at higher temperatures show higher carrier concentration and low resistivity due to metallic behavior, especially the content of copper at the surface. And the elevated value of carrier concentration processed at higher temperature could be the reason for sodium concentration diffuse from the soda-lime glass substrate, which has the role to enhance the collection of minority carriers. Besides, the augmented crystallinity in oil grain growth are also responsible to dominate the variation of carrier concentration. Next is the optical properties. In the optical band gap of film was changed from 0.99 electron volt to 1.02 electron volt is the salinization temperature increased. It is assumed that this is attributed to the different crystallinity rather than acute effect of the chemical composition of the film. In the film deposited at low temperature shows a decrease in the band gap value that may be ascribed to the energy level in the forbidden gap. In comparison with the XRD and the Raman results, a gradual increase in the full width at half maximum values is observed as salinization temperature decrease. This means that the reduction in the band gap energy of the film could result in the formation of an unstable crystal structure at relatively low temperature processes, which may be caused when electrons are excited to the metastable state. Eventually, the electrons are trapped by the metastable state that emits with the low energy state due to crystallographic defects. Here are some photographs of the completed device, and hopefully you can identify it, even the color of the solar cell by changing the process temperature. CDS deposition over CISC shows how effectively the coverage of the grains in corresponding mapping images with elemental contents. Here we go the advanced characterization of the sample by SIMS, that is secondary ion mass spectroscopy, which suggests quantitative depth profiling with a high depth resolution and high analysis output. And these characteristics are critical to investigate solar cells where possible variation in structure or composition that can lead to the enhanced overall conversion efficiencies. Since depth profiles of CISC thin film and CISC solar cell salinized at 550 are shown here in this slide, and the depth dependent distribution of different elements copper, indium and the selenium were uniformly settled after the salinization at 550 because of enough thermal energy available for the interdiffusion. A similar pattern of depth distribution can be observed to the completed device. For checking the performance of the device, current voltage measurement was taken. The current voltage curve demonstrates that the best cell efficiency is of 4.73 percentage with open circuit voltage of 398 millivolt, short circuit current density of 26.76 milliampere per square centimeter, and the fill factor of around 44%. Salinized 550. Results showing that increased value of the open circuit voltage is a function of salinization temperature could be the reason for surface flatness. A smooth surface of CISC film is a function of salinization temperature is not only responsible for the increase of VOC. Another parameter which may strongly influence the VOC is the carrier concentration in the CISC observer layer. There is a direct relation between VOC, carrier concentration, the concentration of the sodium diffusion from the soda-lime glass substrate in the salination temperature. At higher salination temperature, sodium present in the soda-lime glass substrate uh, drifts the observer layer, thereby reduction in the compensating donors and creation of the acceptor or the defects that takes place, which leads to the increase in the sodium concentration. The positive impact of the observer layer due to sodium concentration is the passivation of the grain boundaries, which may reduce the recombination of the charge carriers and hence improvement in the efficiency. The value of short circuit current density increased from 17 to 26, and the value of JSC generally depend on the area of the solar cell, the number of the photons, a spectrum of the incident light, optical properties, and the collection probability. The collection probability of the solar cell, which depends on the surface passivation and the minority carrier lifetime, although the crystallinity quality of the film is an important factor that determines the achievement of efficiency solar cell. Moreover, copper deficiency on CISC thin film selenide at lower temperature could be another reason for having low value of the short circuit current density because copper depleted surface may form order defect compound. Mm, And there are mainly two characteristic resistance in the operation of solar cell. The movement of the current through the solar cell, contact resistance between the layers, and the resistance of the front and rear metal contacts are the main regions of bearing series resistance. The main impact of series resistance is to reduce the fill factor, even though extremely high values that may also reduce the short circuit current density. So the value of series resistance was high for the film selenide at 450, while the value of shunt resistance was also increased from 18 to 136 as the selenation temperature increased from 450 to 550. The loss of surface roughness and the better crystal quality are the reason for its high value of the shunt resistance. And the general decrease of the solar cell performance is the decrement of the salination temperature that could be related to increase in the recombination in which the grain boundary play a crucial role. Moreover, the performance of the solar cell was tested by external quantum efficiency. Ideally, the quantum efficiency curve of solar cell is square shape, but it cannot be squared in reality because of recombination effects and optical losses. The solar cell selenide at 550 exhibited the highest quantum efficiency, while the other sample displayed a general decrease in the total range of the spectrum. So in all the selenide sample, the external quantum efficiency at long wavelength is poor because of low minority diffusion length of the carriers. However, the collection efficiency is better at shorter wavelengths, which could be the reason for low diffusion of the cadmium from buffer layer to the observer layer. Moreover, copper deficiency could be another reason for reduced external quantum efficiency for the samples salinized at low temperatures. The flatness of the core is reduced at 600 around 600 to 900 nanometer wavelength range because of reflection and low diffusion length, and the response at 900 to 1100 nanometer is also reduced due to rear surface recombination, reduced absorption, and low diffusion length.
To conclude, CISC observer layer was synthesized by varying salination temperature. Basic characterizations were carried out to ensure the quality of the film, and furthermore, photovoltaic devices were made to all the presented condition, and 4.73% of photovoltaic conversion efficiencies were obtained for a CIS observer salinizes at 500 degrees Celsius. And these are the strategies to improve the efficiency of the solar cell. During the fabrication of that device, the optimization of the aluminum of zinc oxide was not satisfactorily good. So now it's been optimized, and we have some devices and it to test the performance. So careful investigation of the buffer layer is also another strategy, and the acute concern on the metal contact for improving the efficiency of solar cell. And these are the future plans. So experiments, almost 90% has completed, and the characterization, 20% has remained, and writing the thesis. And for the productive contributions, these are the original research paper, review paper, and conference papers, book chapter, patent, and conference assistantship as co-chair. And these are the list of international conferences. These are the list of international conferences also, so on. And these are the national conferences. And these are the certificates for the poster award, second poster award in Semisol, and third place poster award in IMRC Cancun, and second poster award place in IEEE EDS Colloquium. And these are the certification and the courses which I have taken to fulfill the criteria for getting degree. And I'm grateful to the entire MREB group for their valuable support for achieving these goals. And I acknowledge all professors, auxiliaries, technicians, especially from CES, who are really providing valuable support and suggestions. And I am thankful to CONACYT for providing me a financial assistance for the doctoral degree. And thank you all for your kind attention.